Hey everybody, it's Polaris. It's been quite a while. Also, I'm trying to keep a little quiet right now. So I think my roommate's sleeping. Um, it's been a lot. I think the last time I updated was when it was on my year on YouTube. I don't even think I made a video after that. I've been really taking a step back from everything. There's been a lot, so I'm just gonna kind of just talk, get it all out, and just check back in, and also kind of talk about where I'm at, and what I see myself doing moving forward, because maybe someone feels the same. And also, I want to honor myself of posting still. Um, I will say I had a goal like a specific goal this year, and I'm not gonna say what the goal is out loud, because I might still hold myself to that. But as of right now, my goal is to just go back to the once a month thing, because of right now where my life is at, like that's kind of what I need. I've been kind of going through a shift and change in life right now. And it's really interesting because around this time last year, it's like I was having these well, maybe not exact same, but I was having similar feelings where I was in a position where I didn't really want to be and I wanted to change and grow. And then that catapulted my life, like going to Australia, like that whole thing shifted my life completely. Even just the act of me getting ready to go to Australia shifted my life completely, right? And it's really interesting that it happens around springtime. So I think for me, like I really like that's why I feel like New Year's resolutions are really hard to keep. It's better to start your new habits in the springtime when the weather gets warmer, things start picking back up, and things are blooming. Literally, that's the best time to start like blooming. I definitely feel like wintertime is the best time to start planting seeds, and I feel like that's what's been happening. And now I'm just like I've been tending to the garden, not seeing like progress, and now I'm like, okay, some flowers starting to bloom, and I gotta like really tend to these flowers, kind of thing, before they eventually start growing fruits and then a harvest, right? Um, but I have been really reanalyzing my life again. And thankfully, there will be some changes. I'm not going to spoil those changes just yet, but there are changes in the works. And I have recorded some videos like talking about it and like preparing myself for that. But because I'm going through these changes, I'm losing a lot of interest in certain things, things that aren't really serving me at this time. For example, like um, being on my phone or playing games. Like I still like kind of check in on my games, but sometimes my games feel like a chore, and so that's like, or even like going on to like YouTube and stuff. Like I'll sit there, I'm like, man, I don't really want to watch any of these videos. Rather just sit in silence, listen to music. I still listen to music. Music is always gonna be part of me. But like like if I'm not in the car, or I've been making it a point like when I'm closing at work, like after all the customers are gone, I'll let myself listen to music. Um, But in the morning, like when I'm getting ready for work, for the whole like maybe like 3 to 5 hours that I'm awake, I won't have any noise on. I'll just be in silence. And I had, like I said, this was something similar that's been happening around this time last year and the year before that, of just like me like wanting more silence in my life so I can kind of reconnect back with myself. Um, and losing interest in certain things that aren't serving me. Um, so it's been kind of a lot of it's been kind of sad because I haven't really been feeling fulfilled for a little while. And it's like trying to find things that make me feel fulfilled. And so it's like going back and like trying to refine stuff. So like I actually journaled, wrote like a little short story, and I always like kind of um do that here and there. Not as much as I used to. Um but it's still something that I'm like getting back into, I would say. Um, Reading, I guess reading is a lot of fun. But even then, like once I finish this book, like I'm kind of in the state of like, man, do I really want to read another book? Like I kind of just want to like I mean, I do, right? But I also just kind of want to just experience life for a little bit. Or even like read something like nonfiction. I don't know, just something more educational. Um, I don't know. This is a really like weird feeling. Because it feels like I'm in a pause, but like the energy I'm putting out into the world is kind of like not really being recycled properly. But I always believe in divine timing, but it's such a weird experience to like talk about. But like I said, a big part of it is just not feeling really fulfilled. Um, like the only times when I really feel like genuinely like super happy is when I'm with my family, doing something with them, or spending time with my partner. Um, and I'm trying to find more time with myself right now. Um, oh, I've been doing. Oh, I guess I have been doing like exercising and like stretching again, and that's been really nice. But definitely trying to get back outside more. It's definitely like a big thing I'm doing. Touching grass, you know. Um, there's been a lot. I'll kind of just scratch the surface of some of it. I had some crazy stuff happen at work. Um, and it caused me to go through like a little bit of a distrust in the people I was around and really pulled back from a lot of the relationships um, that I had there. And I'm still very much reserved. I'm there to do a job, and that's kind of it. And it's kind of, I guess I would just be honest. I guess I kind of do feel a little bit bitter. But I'm trying to like let it go, and just move forward. Just learn from the experience and move forward. But it definitely like I don't connect with the people there anymore. Kind of just for my own safety at this point because my personal information was used against me and twisted, which was not cool, honestly. I'm not gonna get too much into it because of legal stuff, but it definitely like made me question a lot of things, and so I kind of took a step back. And I've been like texting like friends again, like genuine friends that actually care about me and don't use my personal information against me. Um, and that's been really nice and helpful. Being intentional with texting them and reconnecting with people who I know care about me. Um, but definitely like in my real life, right? Like if I'm not with my family or my partner, in my real life right now, there's not a lot of people that I feel like genuinely like. I don't know how to explain it. Like, because it's definitely like I know my own energy's been low, so I can't expect someone else to like fill my energy, right? Fill my cup, right? But it's been hard to like fill my own cup recently. And so that's why I've just been taking kind of like a step back. Um, I don't feel lonely. For the first time in my life, I actually don't feel lonely, which I could cry thinking about. Um, but so that's why it feels weird. Like that's why I just mentioned like not being fulfilled because that's the best way to describe it. Is just yeah, but I just been appreciating silence more, just kind of listening to like the universe and God, just trying to like be present and look out for things. And honestly, it's kind of just like um, I feel like being in hibernating season, like during the wintertime, is now me like after going through that now is me coming out of that cocoon, right? Being in a little shell and now coming back out. And so it's definitely like some growing pains, I guess, right now. I'm trying to refigure out this stage of my life, I guess, and like just taking things day by day. Life is full of full of mystery, full of wonder, um, and yeah, just appreciating the space I'm in. That's why I keep looking around. Just appreciating what I've been able to accomplish during this time, and that's been helping a lot. definitely takes a lot of energy for me to do that right now, to just like be present and look around. But in the long run, it actually does save me more energy by doing that, because my head isn't like running through whatever it's thinking about. I just get to be present and focus on what's happening here now and not get too stressed out or worried. But I've just like been losing motivation for things, losing spark for certain things, and trying to find my spark in different things. Sorry, my words are really difficult for me right now. I'm so tired. I have not been sleeping well for like, a week and a half. I'd say at this point, it's been a while. I have not been sleeping well. Um, and today it's like really hitting me. Oh my gosh, when I was like working, I like so many times with customers kept like stumbling over my work. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I'm so incredibly tired. And I've also worked 6 days in a row. Um, that's something to mention. I normally keep my work days to no more than 4 days in a row because of how mentally and physically demanding the job can be. Um, but I was like, I could use the extra money, and they really desperately kind of needed some help, so I took advantage of that. And my body's like, "What are you doing?" Um, I have this card. I'm not going to show the inside of it, but I've been leaving it on my desk, like a seat every morning, and just every minute or like every day I'm in my room. It says, "There will come a day when you'll look back at all you're going through right now, and you'll see yourself the way I do, strong, brave, amazing. And until that day comes, I'll be right here supporting you, believing you, and hoping for the best." And that card's from my family. When I got the preschool job, I won't read what they wrote, but I keep it on my desk to kind of just remind myself every day, like, I can make changes in my life and I can do things. I do miss working with kids. I can't admit that. I miss working with kids so much. That was like the first time in my life where okay, besides music, I will say, besides like doing music or like sports, like certain things like that, right? But like something in my adulthood, um, like that was like the first time where I really was like, wow, what I'm doing is fulfilling me and making me feel really great. And there was just a lot going on at that time. I definitely needed some more time to grow up and learn about myself, and it was definitely a very humbling experience. But now that it's been almost 2 years now, I think it's been 2 years, um, since I worked at the preschool. Um, Definitely been missing it, and I would love. I don't know about teaching specifically, um, but I definitely miss working with kids because that's something that really like felt right, like I was doing something I was meant to be doing. Um, like I said, I believe in divine timing, and I know what I'm doing right now is what I'm meant to be doing right now. But I don't even want to say it out loud because of what I just thought. Okay, I'll say it in a more positive way. Um, I have succeeded a lot in my life. I have succeeded a lot in my life. Um, it was crazy. So I'm gonna say what I'm thinking, so I can be open about it for a second. But what I heard in my head was, I feel like a failure, and that's been a very common cycle in my life. And I want to change that narrative because you never truly fail at anything in life. You always gain and you always learn, and that's something I know engraved deep in my soul. Um, but maybe I just haven't really said it out loud, and that's why I decided to sit down and record a video and talk about these feelings, get it out, and now I'm like, oh, that's what I've been feeling. But it's interesting because I recently I was talking to my roommate, and I was like, why did I say that to her? Where anytime I've changed in my life, it's because I failed, and so I had to try something different. And I didn't really like when I said that. I was like, that doesn't really feel like a good narrative. Um, but it's kind of like feeling like that again. But I've learned so much. Like maybe it's just a bittersweet type of ending right now with the life I'm living. Where on one hand I'm like, right, I'm having bitter feelings of like, oh, like that's interesting. In the beginning of this video, I mentioned feeling bitter. That's interesting. Anyways, but I'm like, man, like I made a whole life for myself, and it was all for nothing. And I failed. I didn't make a life for myself. Whatever. It's in my head, right? But there's other sweet part of it. I'm like, actually, I got to like move out for the first time by myself and like really be by myself and learn myself. And I got to meet amazing people. Like I got to go to Australia. I got to go to San Diego. I got to go to so many concerts. I got to meet my partner. I got to reconnect with or got to continue like being close with my family. I got to perform music live, which was crazy, like an amazing, humbling experience. And I really connected with myself, and I grew through a job, and I got to learn so much and meet so many amazing people here. And so an ending doesn't mean I failed at this part of my life. I actually learned way more. I've gained a lot more knowledge, and now I know, if anything, what I should be saying is I mastered this part of my life, and now I'm ready to move forward. There we go. There's a smile. Just baby steps. Baby steps to get there, and letting the feelings come out. And maybe talking to the camera more. Who knows? I just felt inspired today. I really just want to get out some emotions and kind of figure out what I was feeling. I definitely feel better now talking about it. There's a lot to be proud of myself for. I've done a lot for myself. I mean, heck, I made this life for myself. And I just looked over at the card again. That even though I may not fully yet see myself for what, like, even though, how do I want to word this? One day I'll see myself how the world sees me. I'll see myself how my little brother sees me. I'll see myself how my partner sees me. And I'm definitely starting to see it more and more because they're great. My family and my partner are great, and they tell me all the time, and even my friends, right? I actually read an old letter from my friend Henia from Australia, and it just reminded me right now. I had a customer tell me that he hopes to be he hopes to be the man that his dog thinks he is. And I was like, wait. I kind of like that. So I don't know. I do believe that I am who people who truly know me, who they see me for. I believe I am parts of that, right? And I want to feel that more for myself again, reconnect with myself, love myself again. Shout out to Jim Carrey. He, I don't know the full interview, but because someone had asked like, "Oh, are you happy?" And he said, "Happiness is like the weather, and I live in a place that's very sunny, and it rains just enough to make the flowers grow." And I absolutely love that analogy, and that's definitely how I feel in my life. Where I have so many blessings and I have so many things to be grateful for, and genuinely, honestly, like, yeah, I am feeling low energy, not feeling filled, right? But also, like, I still have a lot to be grateful for, and it is very sunny out, right? Using that analogy. And right now, there are some clouds, and it rains a little bit, but flowers will bloom and blossom. And for me, it's making a YouTube video, and a different day is going to be me writing, and another thing is going to be me stretching and taking care of my body physically, doing dishes, right? There could be so many things that it manifests into when the flowers bloom. And tend to your garden. You watching, tend to your garden. Um, Whether that means showering, washing your hair, making a healthy at-home meal, washing those dishes, as I mentioned earlier, putting your clothes away, doing your laundry, go in and touch grass. Just leave your phone at home for a little bit, walk out somewhere, and just bare feet in the grass, in the sand, wherever nature has placed you. Okay, might sound silly, but I promise you, it works. um, and sleep, 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 sleep. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm gonna sleep. And even though I wanted to set an alarm for tomorrow, I think I'm gonna decide not to and just let my body rest because I've not been sleeping well. And I would like to have one day where I don't have an alarm to wake up to. That'd be kind of nice. I've been having an alarm every other day. It's been kind of rough. So, on that note, I'm gonna end this video here. Very long video. I just realized it's 21 minutes. Thank you for watching, and I am sorry that I haven't been around. But also, I'm just taking care of myself, just being human, living my life. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I love y'all though, and I appreciate you sticking around and being so patient with my uploads and just being so understanding when I do finally upload. Um, but I'm so excited to share my life on here and share my stories and achievements and what I'm going through. Because at the end of the day, it's always my intention to just connect with people, and if I can help one person out there to feel seen because they're like, yeah, I feel the exact same way, then I feel like my job here is done. And to that person who feels exactly as I do, I'm proud of you. I think you've achieved a lot. And even if the thing you think you only did today was get out of bed, hey, sometimes that's sometimes words are hard. Sometimes that can be a lot to ask, and you did it regardless. And I'm proud of you for that. But yeah, I love you all so much, and stay safe out there, okay? Mwah. Bye.